Alright. Now, let's see. Go down here. There are random encounters on the world map, by the way, but I don't really think it's worth getting into one of them. You took so long, Maxim. Let's go ahead and start the lesson for secret techniques in the dungeon. First, the important thing is to learn the patterns of the monster's movements. Monsters only move when you move, so don't worry even if a monster is right in front of you. Oh good, I see a jelly right there. Why don't you try to get that jelly? An important thing, so see, look, they only move when you move. They don't always move when you move, though. You have a sword, which is not useful for attacking enemies. If you hold down the R... Oh, I didn't know I did that too. If you hold down the R button, you can rotate without moving, which is very useful, obviously. And... we can't dodge this guy? Let's get into an encounter, huh? I won't be showing each encounter because that would be boring, but here's how the system works. This button is move. It means when you get in a back attack, all you have to do is choose that, move everyone around before you select anything. This icon is run. Oh, you'll also notice it flicks back. You have to hold the direction, press the confirm button. This button allows you, this lets you run away, this lets you actually commence and do the battle options. From there, you get this icon, which stands for IP attacks. They allow you to choose attacks from your equipment based on how much damage you've been dealt. They're the first limit breaks I ever saw. The shield icon allows you to defend. The scroll icon, or the stab icon, allows you to choose a spell to use. And the little satchel icon allows you to choose an item you want to use and double check what they do. You can do that with everything. You would start out with an arrow, you can't use that in battle. Instead, you select your attacks. You would do this for all of your party members and be able to deselect until the final one went. Shows the name of the enemy, I guess, slashes, enemy's gone. And you get XP. Slimes, literally they can only physically attack. Little jellies, they're pitiful. That's our Maxim, jellies are nothing for him. But don't get cocky, some monsters are fast, gaining 2 steps to your 1. Some get even more. Also, when there are many monsters in a room, don't let them surround you. Of course, the monsters move only when you move. So stop and think before you act. Good, let's move on to the next room. Enter from the door above. And now we have another one. In this room, we will learn to use skills. Oh, goody. Press the select button to display the skills you have. Select the skill you wish to use. You now have only the skill arrow, but you will receive more. Incidentally, arrows can freeze enemy movement for a while. Press the Y button to shoot them. When you hit an enemy with an arrow, it's temporarily paralyzed. Bumping into a paralyzed enemy doesn't lead to a battle. Skills never run out, so shoot an arrow when you don't feel like fighting. Select the skill you wish to use with the select button and press the Y button to use it. You will use your skills most in dungeons. You can fight with that jelly there, use the skill to stop its movement and not fight. It's up to you. Essentially how that works is like such. While they're quivering, they can't fight you. Other enemies, however, do get to move while you use these skills, so you have to be very careful. However, that's not really something we want to avoid this time, so we're going to get in this battle. And that battle's over with. Thank goodness. Just another single jelly. Nothing to write home about. The bridge gave way, but can be crossed when the switch at the back is turned on. The switch is not within your reach. We're in trouble. We can't go on. I was just kidding. You can also use skills in situations like this. Arrows are not only to stop enemy movement. Why don't you hit that switch with an arrow? This door is sealed till later, so why not? Press the select button, as such. This will later on allow us to change. For now, just wastes time. Wee! Okay, we're done. I also like to do that. Kind of funny because the old man, if I recall, catches up. The door to the room above is locked. Can you find the key to open it? Can you see the switch at the upper left? Stand on top of it. First. Huzzah! The sword can be used to cut those. But ta-da! Sorry. Just not used to that being a meme I don't want to use. So we step on that, and we step off, and the door locks again. Step on, step off. But, if you hold A and you walk against a pillar, you can push it. And that will open it up. That's right, Maxim. Please wait a moment, I almost forgot. I forgot to give you one very precious spell. You can't survive the dungeon without it. It's Reset. When you solve the trick in this room by pushing something, you must remember one thing. Although you can push the pillars, you can't pull them. In other words, if you push the pillar against a wall or door, you can do nothing more. But don't worry, there's a reset spell that sets it all up again. This spell sends you back in time to when you just entered the room. Everything in the room returns to its original positions, including the monsters. Reset does not take any MP, thus you can use it as many times as you wish. Possess this spell and you'll have nothing to fear. I shall give you the reset spell. You should recognize reset from my intro screen. You can also find reset on the skill ring. Press select, then up or down on the control pad. Hooray! Just to show an example, we're screwed, right? Nope. Press up. Select resets. Ta-da! He's not in the right spot, but, well, what does that matter? So we're gonna go up, and now another mechanic. Whenever you see arrows like these on the cliff to the right, you can jump down. Give it a try. Whee! Slash. Only thing is the slash does interrupt one of the mini things, so on emulators, you lose some sound. The next door will be open when you defeat all the monsters. When you can't find any devices or tricks, one way to solve a problem is to defeat all the monsters. So we have a different kind of monster here. That never looks any righter. So we're gonna fight this one on screen. This is got it in first, by the way. If you stick an enemy and approach it from behind, slimes obviously don't have it behind, you can get the first attack in. And sometimes you get 2 rounds of attacks, which in this instance will be enough. And this is how level ups work. Maxim levels up, shows their HP gain, MP gain, strength, agility, intelligence, magic resist. Ta-da! Pretty cool, huh? I mean, all pretty simple stuff, but... okay, it was always simple stuff. It's not to fight this sucker right here. If you don't like the way I'm doing that, by the way, please let me know. And yeah, I can't help it, I like to slash to the music. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so now we have a different puzzle. Press the B button to swing your sword. You can cut grass using the sword. Sometimes switches are hidden under the grass. Why don't you try to find one? So we can spend all day going like this, wondering where it could possibly be. Or we could just do this. Ta-da! Nothing fancy. Press the A button to pick up and put down the vase. This is a unique skill. Pressing the control pad while holding the R button to change direction without moving. You need this skill to change direction when there's nowhere else to turn. Don't forget how to use the R button. Let's see, what do you think will happen if you put the pot on that slate? Why don't you try? Not bad. Drops that there. But the door's not open. There's a second pot and a second slab. So, slate. There, and the door opens. These are not the normal kind of puzzles you're going to find, obviously. Well, I guess I've finished the lesson. Of course, you have only begun to learn. To get through many dungeons, you must try different things. It's not easy to do, but I'm certain you'll make... yeah, you'll make it. Well, I must be off. So, this was the very first dungeon. I don't really count it, though. Because it's really just here to show, well, how the game works. The last time we're going to show this battle. So, with that said, normally at this point, you can choose to grind a little bit, or you can continue on to the next objective. And to start off, well, first off, here's Elcid. We can ignore it entirely, but if we go up any further, well, we won't be able to go any further because there's a door that we can't get past. But right here, just to show it off, so that there are random enemy encounters. They're just kind of rare, which is kind of nice. Normally world maps that have enemy encounters, you feel like you take a step and bam, and... oh, is the area around Elcid, like, just devoid of monsters today? That is not very common. So we'll just have to go up. There we go. And we just encountered a lizard, kill the thing with a single hit, and there we go, we won the battle. I won't be showing random enemy encounters in the future, except as they're special, or the first time we've seen an enemy encounter. So, let's head in here. So what do you think? Can you capture the dungeon now? Glad you took my advice, right? Oh, that's right, Tia was looking for you. Fun. Gotta go talk to Tia. Tia was looking for you. Saw Tia buying a strange-looking fish. Weird-looking fish. This is actually one of the cutest moments in the whole game. I adore it. Hey Maxim, I was about to have dinner. Would you care to join me? Love to. He runs around, and... I made something special, Maxim. Wait a minute, okay? His sounds are weird. Ta-da! It's a fish pot pie made of Navaroa, the phantom fish. So this is Navaroa, huh? I've heard of it before, but I've never seen it. I know, I've never seen it either. What's it taste like, I wonder? Let's dig in. Well, let's see. How is it? Well, what should I say? Tia, why don't you try some? I will. Here goes. And? This is pretty bad. That's what this is. You think so too? It's not your cooking, it's the fish, don't you think? Why is it called the phantom fish then? Because it tastes so bad that nobody eats it. Something like that. Oh, I'm so disappointed. I wanted to cook something really tasty for you. Well, maybe it's not that bad if you cover it with lemon or something. See, it's not bad. Well, I guess you could eat it that way. See, it's already tasting better. Yeah, you're right. How odd. Maybe that's why it's called the phantom fish. Well, at least it's brought us a cheerful evening. I guess so. Well, I'm stuffed. Let me grab some tea. If anyone ever grabs me tea and makes those sound effects, I'm going to be checking that tea closely. Here you are. Thanks. Say, Maxim. Yeah? Why are you always in battle? Why do you ask such a thing all of a sudden? You're the only one fighting monsters. Not many people fight to live. Why you? I've been fighting ever since I can remember. I've never asked myself why. I've never met anything quite like you before. Well, thanks for dinner. I'll make it up to you sometime. Don't worry about it. It's no fun to eat alone anyway. Join me again sometime, okay? I'd love to. Eating is something I do very well, you see. Well, bye. This game is the last game we're going to give a special award to for its dialogue. Don't worry. It smells something weird. What were you eating? Did you really eat that strange-looking fish Tia bought? Whew, what a guy. The only time the dialogue changed dramatically, but... Bad news, everyone! What is it? A horde of monsters appeared in the cave on the way to Sundleton. Are you sure about that? That's horrible. Daisy, will monsters come to this city too? Well, I don't think they will, but unfortunately that's not the only problem we've got on our hands. What do you mean? The monsters have closed the door at the back of the cave. We can't get to Sundleton without the key. That's not good. So does anyone have any ideas about what we should do? Well, no, I don't. Is it true the monsters have come to the North Cave? You're going to get them, aren't you, Maxim? I always go to Sundleton for my grandpa's favorite tea, but I can't go there anymore. I know he's going to be so disappointed. Sounds like the monsters are going mental in North Cave, huh? Maxim, can you do something? The North Cave monsters are weak. The real problem is the door. It's locked. Maxim, you're the only one who can get the key from the monsters. Please try. For heaven's sakes, what is really going on? Maxim, you must know something. As I see it, you're the only one in the city who can take on these monsters. So, off we go to adventure. We could grind a little bit, gain experience, so forth. This is actually a new monster type, the Moth. They're not too terribly much stronger than we faced before, but they do have a special attack that they use, albeit rarely, because they're supposed to be one of the weaker enemies. Also, notice where it says IP at the bottom, or is it HP, MP, IP? IP is that HP, or that limit break thing, essentially, but none of our items currently have the ability to do that, so unfortunately you won't be able to see any of that for this first area. But there we go. That said, we did take a little bit of a beating, so probably ought to heal a little bit. I'm really used to playing this game on retry mode, where you essentially get double the experience and double the gold. All it really means is that you don't take as long to do things or get things. It's really not like it's cheap or too